Incredible greetings, incredible evening if you are watching this in real time. So hello everyone. I am Shakia, the professor of HS Inc. 365. We are the parent company of Silaholics Anonymous, where I teach you guys how to learn how to master Silhouette Studio and using the Silhouette Cameo machines. As you can see from the thumbnail, we are going to do a little bit of, I'm going to show you some things in Silhouette Studio, but we're going to actually do some things with the Cameo machines as well. I actually have my 2 set up. I might end up, doing another run of them with the 4 also, just so you guys can see that. One of these days, I'll probably do like a cut from all 4 of my machines, or all 4 generations, so that you guys can see that. But we are going to do I'm going to show you how to set it up in Silhouette Studio, but I'm also going to show you guys cutting it on the machines and adjusting your settings and things like that. So this is going to be a full class on print and cuts. I do have a video where I go over a lot of my tips and things. I go a little bit more into detail. This one, we're just going to kind of set it up and then just do the print and cut, and you'll see how that comes out. Okay. So if this is something that you guys are interested in, do stick around. Make sure that you give this video a thumbs up, and also check that notification bell to check the subscription subscribe button. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell, make sure you set your notifications to all, or if you're watching over on Facebook, hit the follow and set it to see first. All right. So let me go over here. I just need to change my privacy on this one because right now it says only me. So let's just go ahead and change this audience to public. That way everyone can take advantage of this free class, as well as share it out with others. So hello to everyone watching from the TikTok verse. How are you guys doing? Double tap that screen. Let me know where you're watching from. If you're watching this over on Facebook and YouTube, also let me know where you are watching from. All right. So let's finish sharing this out. So I'm just going to hit share on that, and then we're going to come over here and share it out to my groups. So let's do that. More options, share to a group. Let's share it over in the student union. That's the group for everyone who's enrolled in any of our 365 Creative Academy classes. You get access to that exclusive group. So if you've ever enrolled and you haven't sent your invitation, go to the course that you are signed up in and look for the link and the password to join that exclusive group. All right. So, all right, let me know where you guys are watching from. Drop a hey, how you doing? Go ahead, hit that share button. We're going to get started momentarily. So just take this time. You aren't missing anything. Like, share, comment. Let me know where you are watching from. And if over here, you guys can go ahead and double tap that screen. All right. Let's see if by the time we get started, we can get up to 1,000 likes over here. Okay. All right. But let me do the at everyone. Yes, it will. Yay. All right, copy, post. Hello from Houston. Thank you for joining, Phyllis Brown. How are you? So if you guys just can bear with me, guys, we are going to get started. I just need to share this out. And I need for you guys to share it out as well. Hit that share button. Sharing is caring. No, it's like this old cliche saying, but it really does apply to this. You never know who needs this information. Maybe you are someone who is not into doing regular cuts or need anything as far as like stickers, but you may have a crafty friend or creative friend that does. So definitely share this out, hit share, send it to their inbox, or just send out a public share. We greatly appreciate it. That just shows that you guys enjoy our content, that you learn a lot from it, and you want others to learn from it also. Okay. All right. So I just have one more share to do on my end, but hopefully you guys again are sharing it out. Um, all right, there we go. All shared out. All shared out. Let's go back over here. There we go. Hello, everyone. So now y'all get, it's officially hello. So let's just say hello to a few people while we're over here. Hello, hello. Incredible evening, incredible evening. Thank you guys for joining me this evening. I know I'm normally not on, so I stayed in the office late today to be able to do this. I wanted to do another evening type live for the tutorials. I know it works better for some of you guys on which time zone, depending on which time zone you're in, if you had to go work your 9 to 5 and things like that. So incredible evening, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome in. Pure Melanin Designs. Hello, beautiful. How are you? Thank you for joining me live this evening. And y'all let me know. For some of you guys, is this a better time for you for these types of live videos? I'll do my best to try and plan out and schedule some. I was supposed to do this one yesterday, but this one worked out because yesterday I had an evening class, so this works out to do an evening session. So y'all let me know, does this work better for you, or do you like being like living on the edge and sneaking to watch me while you're at work? All right, so like I said, we're going to do some print and cut stickers. So I have a few here. I've already, kind of done this. I had to do it for the thumbnail. So this is basically like this is called a die cut, right? Wait, did I do my intro? I don't know. So before I jump into this, let me do my intro real quick, okay? So I think I started, but I didn't finish it. But I am Shakia, the professor of HSINK365, home of Silaholics Anonymous. I did say that part. Home of Silaholics Anonymous, where we've been teaching you how to learn and use in Master Select Studio as well as the Cameo machines. We have all 4 generations in-house, so we're able to help you and assist you on whichever machine you have and whatever troubleshooting questions you have for those machines. We are also the home of the amazing product line, Honestly Speaking. This is our sublimation paper. Can't wait till we do get some regular paper. We do have sublimation paper and ink, but this is printed with our pigment ink. So as you can see there, those colors are amazing. And I'll give you guys a little background on what pigment ink is and how this differs from the ink that might come like if you are an Eco Tank user. So while it's cutting and all that, and it's printing out and all that stuff, I'll give you a little bit of background on this while that's printing out, because I print these in premium matte. So it takes a little bit longer for it to actually print out. So we'll have some time to kind of chit chat, but we're going to go over this, right? And creating stickers and die cut stickers. So whether you can put stickers onto your mat and then be able to just cut around it, pull away the negative, and then these do become easy peel right on the full sheet. Or you can set them up where you're going to do what's called a die cut, meaning it cuts all the way around it. And the difference between this one and this one is just the fact that there's also a contour cut. So when you have that edge, you're able to bend this little tab, like it's creating its own tab. You're able to bend that back, and it allows you to easily pull from it. So if you, like me, I bite my nails. So if you're not able to kind of get under there, it just makes it an easy peel to get that off of the backing. So that's what we're going to do today. I did see some videos. Oh, pause. Let me ask you guys a question. Because I've thought about doing it, but I didn't know how it could potentially come off. But then I saw my boy Stan Banks do it with certain videos. I've always wanted to do reaction videos, and I don't want to react to like music or pranks or different ones like that. I wanted to kind of do some reactions to crafty type videos. I feel like, one, it'll introduce you guys maybe to some new creators that you maybe never knew of on YouTube and stuff like that, and maybe help some of the smaller YouTube channels. What do you guys think about that? About me doing some reaction videos to some of the crafty things and creative things that are on YouTube. But I saw someone, actually, I don't think it was on YouTube. I think she was showing it on the Talkverse. I think that's what she was showing it at. And man, for Cricut, basically, I guess to make it go through, because I'm not sure, I guess you can't isolate like one cut, so they had to do like the outline, and they had to duplicate it like 4 times, that way it cut through 4 times, or it was something like that. And I was like, man, that's a lot. Well, I'll just let you know, in Silhouette Studio, you don't, with Silhouette Cameos, you don't have to do that. You're still able to accomplish it, but this is one of those times where their interface and how it's set up is going to be a little bit easier. And you can do this with the free software, because even with the free software, you have access to cut by color, cut by line color. Or you can do simple. And then if you have Designer Edition or above, you have one that says cut by layers. And depending on how you set it up, you can literally set up different cuts and get this result. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. Someone says that would be a great idea for you. Someone else says do it. Okay, I got 2. We'll see. Let's see. All right, I see. What was this? I'm willing to wait for beautiful color. What happened? Wait, did you leave another comment, or is it that you're using another one? Hello from Market Mary. Yes, this is better time versus the morning time. You'll be surprised. Like right now, the numbers are dismal. My afternoon ones, those numbers are rocking. Here, maybe if y'all share out a little bit more, we'll get those numbers up. I'll be a little bit more encouraged to do these live videos in the evening. But midday, the views be rocking. I get to watch because I did not work late today. Okay, incredible evening. So I'll go over all the supplies. I mean, it's a matte sticker, so it's not glossy at all. This is definitely matte. I actually have, if you don't know me by now, I'm a paper hoarder. I have a lot of different papers. I have a lot of different sticker papers. I am a hoarder of all things paper. I have the amount of recollections color card stock I have is beyond me, but I will show you what this brand is. It may or may not work for you. But it is a matte, but the colors still pop, and getting quality paper matters. So for this one, this is a pretty decent matte sticker paper, and I will show you guys this, okay? Do I have a beginner video for you on YouTube for the Pro? No, because I don't own a Pro, so I cannot do actual content for what to do with the Pro. Now, things that I show on here can apply to it. Print and cut is a little bit different from the Pro because of where you have to set it up at and things like that, and then moving. Everyone knows I'm not an advocate of the Pro, and I don't have one, so I can never give you guys like direct videos. Most times when people want the assistance with the Pro and they're having issues with their print and cut, I did a video. I did a class, like it was like a live Zoom, and though it was strictly for those with the Pro to help you guys with cutting. I do plan to do another one of those again because I'm doing like first cuts. I'm going to do a first cuts that's specifically for the Pro, so we can work through and you'll know where to set your mat up at. But I don't have any type of YouTube video for that at this moment, or you can always book a one-on-one session with me. Hey, just say, I'm willing to wait for me to get the paper. Okay. So let's see. She says, just leave them Cricut people alone. No, those are some of the ones I want to do for real, for real. They got the best videos. They got the most videos out there. All right, so let's get into this. All right, so I'm going to flip the screen around. We're going to go right into Silhouette Studio. I'm going to show you guys how to set this up. And yeah, I think because I printed that one out, I'll do that one from one machine, and then the one that I'm going to set up next, I'm going to do that one from the 4. So we'll do it that way. All right. So let's go ahead and share our screen. All right, now, come on now. Don't act crazy. Hold on. All right, hold on. I had to actually bring this over because I forgot that there was also a little, promo in here as well. Um, So, this live broadcast is brought to you by the letters HSINK, the numbers 365 and 0, which are signature letters and numbers for our amazing product line. Honestly speaking, remember, we are Team 365 because our sublimation paper allows you to sublimate as low as 365 degrees, as fast as 30 seconds, being able to use a setting that's totally different from this one. We're using premium matte for these, but we use plain paper setting, which is going to save you ink, um save you on ink and allow you to profit more. So definitely check out our line of products. We carry we carry the cartridges, sublimation ink, and we carry the cartridges for the old workforce printers. We'll never get rid of those because I need them myself. Straight, our bottles are 140 milliliter 40 milliliter bottles. What is wrong with me being tongue tied tonight? Fits all the newer eco tanks, so you can just put that in there. And we also have the cartridges, and the chips came in today, y'all, so they'll be on the website tomorrow once we go in and we test a few of them and just see kind of how they are. So the chips came in. So we do have that for the newer workforce printers as well on the website, so for the 812. So they are back, y'all. All right, and then we also have our class. So definitely head over to the website, shop.hsink365.com, and check out everything that our company has to offer. All right. So now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and flip you guys around. They keep changing where stuff is here. Okay. Let's flip this bad boy. Ooh. Okay. There we go. So you can see I already have this one set up. The one thing when it comes to print and cut is you cannot move anything once you set it up, because then if you go back in to go to the print and cut, it's not going to remember where it is unless you did, with like the 3 and you did the what's that thing called? The barcode and stuff like that. But you cannot move it. So I'm going to go ahead and just open up a new window, and I'm going to set everything up. I'm even going to show you, like, I'm going to bring some of these over, but I'm going to do a print and cut, trace and detach on one of them so that you understand how to do that part. Oh, wait a minute. I asked you guys for 1,000 likes over here. It's really easy to get to that over on TikTok. I know you guys are probably really, really interested in this. You're ready to take your notes, but if I can get you guys to go ahead and double tap that screen and let's get this up to 1,000 likes, even for you guys over here, I just need for everyone to hit the like button. I should see the equivalent of however many people are watching. It takes 2 seconds. 2 seconds to hit the like button. That's all it takes. Not even 2 seconds. So kind of minimize it, hit that thumbs up. And if you have not done so, if you desire to share or tag someone in the video, even if you're watching over on YouTube, you can still share it out. Hit the share button. You'll get an option to copy the link or share it directly to your Facebook page. If you guys can do that, I will greatly, greatly appreciate it. Okay. So boom, there we go. Up to, y'all see, y'all work fast with that. See, that wasn't that bad to get that up to 1,000. All right, so we're going to go ahead and open up a new window. Things with, print and cut is whatever size paper you're going to print to is exactly what size you have to have that set up as on your design page. So if you just, you're brand new, it opens up, it defaults to 12 by 12. You want to change that. Right. Today, I'm using an 8.5 by 11 size paper. So that's what we have this set up for, 8.5 by 11. I have my Cameo selected, and then we're going to go over. Oh, wait, let me get for you guys to see. Boom. There we go. And then I'm going to come over here to my registration marks, and we're going to turn them to on. The one thing that I always do, I default. I wish it was default, but I take my thickness all the way up. In my video about print and cuts, I explain why that is the best practice. I typically don't recommend that you go past 0.5, especially with like the 1 and the 3. The 2 and the 4, which is kind of weird. It's like the even numbers work really well. The 1 and the 3 can sometimes get kind of funky when you go, 0.5 or lower. But I'm going to actually leave this here because it gives you a little bit more space. And this time I'm going to make these a little bit smaller. Okay. So we're just going to set that. I normally don't go past 0.625, but we can go to 0.15, and that just changes. So if you look up here, I'm going to go back up. and it just changes the size, like this restrictive area. Some people will go all the way down. It, to me, you don't get as accurate of a registration when you do that. So we're just going to take this back up to, I'll leave it at 0.5. Now, if you have a wide format printer and you want to sneak in a little bit more space, you can go ahead and take your insets all the way out. If you don't have a wide format printer, I would advise against taking them all the way out. You may want to go to your advanced option and move your bottom one back to the default, just so that it actually prints. All registration marks have to print. You have to see all three fully in order to get good registration. All right. So that's all. That's literally all it takes to set that up. So now let's bring in the image. So we're going to come here. I'm going to grab this one. You can drag and drop that in there. And we'll move it off to the side. As you can see, it comes in pretty huge. Okay. I'm going to move my whole screen over since my head is in the way. And we're going to trace and detach this. All right. So you're going to go over to your trace window. Open that up. You're going to get this box. And we're going to go to select trace area, place our box around it. And we want to increase our threshold until all the edges are masked in yellow. So we don't have to technically have everything filled in color, but because this is a watercolor image and it's a lot of lighter colors, we're pretty much going to get up to almost 100% when we have all of our edges covered in yellow, because we still have like some gaps and stuff here. So like I said, it's pretty much going to go up to 100. I'm actually at 99, not too bad. And I don't know, sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't, depending on the image. I always take my scale down. It's just force a habit to always take it down. And then we're just going to hit trace and detach. Now, sometimes depending on the image, it might not be right on the edge, especially with like watercolors. I will go in if it's something, for certain orders and stuff like that, I'll turn on my line color. And I'm going to look and see where it put that line at. Is it right up on it? Normally, if it's not right up on it, that's when you're getting white lines from that. This actually did really, really good with being right up on the image. Even when it's a PNG, sometimes that can happen. So I'm actually going to leave the line color on. As long as you do not have a value where the line point size is, as long as you don't have anything here, it will not print. Okay, it will not print, but it is going to be imperative that you do have line colors in order to accomplish this easy peel cut and not have to do a bunch of different copies and double prints and or repeats and all that. It's going to be ideal that you set the line color. This is one of the really one of the uses of line colors is to be able to cut by line. When I'm designing, I just turn that off. I'm not really using that unless I'm using it for text effects and things like that. We do have a 30-day training where we really break this down. You'll get a better understanding of it. So I'm going to just shrink this down. I'm going to show it to you one more time with another one. I don't want to do this one because it has too many loose flowers. So we're just going to go ahead and grab this one, drop that onto the design page. I'm going to zoom in so you guys can get a better view of it. Select trace area, place our box around it, readjust that. And we're going to increase our threshold, like I said, until all the edges are masked in yellow. So we're going to pretty much be up to 100. And you can see like the white areas did not pick up. I'm going to take my scale down and then I'm going to go trace and detach. All right, pull this off to the side, click on here and delete it. Now it's a little bit different if you're, oh, look. Oh no, I thought I didn't get his ear. It's a little bit different. This is something that's very simple. This is a great way to practice. Just take something that's very simple and then practice with creating the stickers. And then you can move into things like creating your own designs, putting together your own designs, recoloring things, creating stickers that are, that may have a bunch of text inside and then doing cut edge and all those different things. Like you can then work on those. And that's a totally, like that setup will end up being a little bit different. Okay. All right. Why is the yellow caution there? Sometimes you can ignore it. It's a glitch. It doesn't recognize when something truly is high excuse me, resolution. So just ignore it. Just ignore it. Because I'm pretty sure like I'll bring in certain things and sometimes I'll get it as well, but you can't ignore it. So I'm just gonna shrink this down and we're gonna add the red line color to this. And I'm going to bring it over here. And then on this side, which ones am I missing? I think I'm missing these two. So we're just going to copy them and then paste. Ooh, at this time around, I want to use this little piece that came off of that one. So let's copy that one and paste. Okay. All right, we're going to shrink this down. Actually, no, I want to make it a little bit bigger first so I can put the offset. So this particular one, and you can choose to do this. I mean, sometimes some people want it to be exactly as it was, but this has some wispy hairs right here. So getting around that, one, it's going to take longer to cut. You take a chance in it ripping off because it's such a thin area. Even if you put it on something that doesn't have a lot of adhesive on the back, it might not get a good stick. So something like this is when I would decide to go ahead and put an offset around it so that it is a wider cut. Okay, it's a thicker cut on it. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to come over here to offset. And I don't want it to be too big, so I'm going to go ahead and bring this down. I'm going to try 0.05. So you can have it either small or, large. With this one, it's just making it to where it just closed that off. So it is a wider cut. I don't have to worry about getting into all of these intricate details around his ear and then, all these intricate details around the flowers. I can take this down lower if I want it, or it can be bigger. So I did 0.25. So that's a little bit closer. I want to see what it does up here. Okay, that's not too bad. So it's just a little slight offset. You decide how big or small you want that offset to be. Okay, so we're going to do that one like that. And I'm going to go ahead and just group this together. And then we're going to take this one here and actually I'm going to remove. Oh, you know what? Let me ungroup. This part is very important because I forgot that these are just going to be red ones because they're a bit wider already. But on these, I cannot have them both be red because I put red around the actual one. If I go to cut by lines, it's going to cut it basically 3 times in that area. So I have to change one of the line colors. So I'll just change the outside one, right? I'm going to click on that and I'm going to make that a line color of, let's just do a teal color. Okay. So then on this one, we're going to do an offset. I'm going to do a bigger offset on this one. And we're just going to hit apply. And I'm going to change that to that bluish teal color. All right. And then same thing with these. So I'm going to click on them, like there's going to be just a straight cut around it. And I'm going to make that the teal color also. I'm going to take this little flower here and I'm going to put, I want to offset around that. So let's go offset. And I'm going to make that the teal color and group it together. All right. And now these are all okay. Well, this one already has its outside cut line, like the easy peel part of it. These down here don't. So I'm just going to select them all and I'm just going to give it an offset. And that is going to be what creates my easy peel. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit apply. All right. And those lines, we have to change those. So we're going to make that. I actually have to change the ones up here also. I'm just going to make those. Let's make those purple. So then on here, I'm going to make these purple. So that's the outside line. This the part. This is very, very important when it comes to that part. Okay. And now I'm just going to resize. Let me select. I want to group these together. So let's just group and then resize this. All right, on this one, I'm going to make much smaller stickers than I did on the other one. So we're going to go like that. We're going to make you a little bit smaller. Let's try and get you here. I'm just putting them randomly on here. No special order or special way. I'm literally just putting them in random positions on here. I'm just going to delete that one. I don't feel like trying to figure out where to put him at. So, yeah. All right. So there's that one. I'm going to go ahead and send this one to print. So we're going to go to print. I don't know what's up. Ever since the new update, this thing comes up. I'm going to ignore that. I'm printing to my 7720, which has pigment ink in it. I'm going to go to my preferences. Literally the exact same settings that I use for sublimation. I don't change anything really other than the paper type. So my paper type is premium presentation paper matte standard. You don't have to use high when using premium matte, glossy, things like that, because it naturally puts down a lot of ink. So that's at standard. You don't have to worry about quiet mode because it doesn't, like, it automatically goes into that. It's default. You can't even select it when you're in premium matte. Custom, Adobe RGB, Gamma 1.8. That's the same, you know. High speed, it doesn't really matter if it's on and off because of those things. So I can literally turn that off. We don't mirror it. And then, of course, this is on a paper where I'm not worried about density because it's going to dry because it's inkjet paper. So my density stays the same. But I always print on Adobe RGB Gamma 1.8. So we're going to go ahead and hit OK and then print on that. I do have to put another piece in there. So let's flip you guys around. I'll show you the paper because I had to go put it in there anyway. In the printer. Oh, it fell on the floor. Hold on. Yeah. You don't have no paper in there. So this is the paper that I'm using for this. I got it from Amazon. That's the name. It is for inkjet and laser printers. So, disclaimer. This may or may not work if you have like an HP printer or a Canon printer, because a lot of the times with those printers, if you have, it's more so with the glossy ones, but I think sometimes it does happen with the matte ones. Even though this says for inkjet and laser printers, I do find that I have found, and with other people like using them, I remember when like Ratisha did hers, the paper that says it's for both doesn't really work on those thermal printers very well because the Epson is a piezoelectric and it doesn't use heat. It tends to work a lot better with the Epson printers. With the other ones, you'll get it where it still kind of smears and stuff like that. So just be very mindful of that depending on which printer you have. I am using an Epson printer. So I use this in my Epson printer. I cannot speak to how well this will work. So don't come for me. If you have an HP, you go and you try it and your things are smeared. You're trying it out. It is an investment. It may not work. So, do with that information as you will, so I'm just going to take this out, put it over here in the machine, and I'm going to pull the one that's here, and we're going to start to cut this one. So here is the print. Okay. You want to make sure that you do have all 3 registration marks fully printed. They must be fully printed. Okay. All right. And now we're going to go over and put it on the mat. You guys won't really see that well over here because I can't really take it that way. I'm going to show you on the machine and I'll hold you in my hand, but you're not going to see me put on the mat. I do use a Cricut mat until we get our HS ink mats because I just don't like silhouette mats. I can't stand those things. They're just too flimsy. So I do use this. Even if you are using a silhouette mat for print and cut, those who took my first cuts training, they found out that even with the silhouette mat, it was actually when you cut it with your machine, it's actually a little bit off. So I highly recommend that you watch my video on setting up your mat. And even if you have a silhouette mat, if you have a Cricut mat, if you have a mat off of Amazon, so the third-party mat, calibrate it and set up, especially if you're doing print and cuts, because it's going to tell you exactly where your where your machine is reading the edge of that paper, and that's going to help with better print and cuts. So we're going to go ahead and just put this on the mat. This mat is not as sticky as I would like for it to be, so I am going to take this down, because it's not as sticky as I wanted the mat to, like how I want the mat to be. So I'm going to put a little tape on the top, bottom, and sides. And I got to remember to clean this mat. Don't put your tape anywhere near your registration marks. All right. So, oh, wait, I never moved it for y'all. My bad. I was going to show you over there. I never moved it. You'll see it over there. So this is on here. Okay. So someone says they do like the paper they use over HP. So that was just my disclaimer, because sometimes that paper that's inkjet and laser doesn't quite work well on certain printers. All right. So we have this. We're going to go ahead and switch the camera. I forget which one it is. Okay, that's the one. All right, let's see if I can get you guys over here, and I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be able to. All right, I can't hold y'all and do this, so I got to load it and then come back. So give me a second to go. All right, but you guys can see it. And as you can see, I'm going to cut from mine to, I'll do that one after with the one that's coming out. So with this one, on all machines, there is a line here. You want to set your mat up to the back of that line. You want to see the line. Make sure that your roller is over to the last notch, because that is what rolls against the edge of the mat. So I'm going to load this up right to, my tape is kind of hanging out, but I want that to be right to the edge of that line. I'm going to hit load mat. And so now I'm going to bring you guys over here so you can see it. So you want to set it up to where, I know it may not look like it because my tape is in the way, but I am right to the back of that line. I'm not over the line, just that my tape is in the way so you can fully see that line. And then your roll over here, you want it to roll against the edge of the mat. So that's how it is. You just hit load mat, and then now I'm going to go back and I'm going to send it. So hold on one moment. Whoa. I got to go back to this one. Oh, wait. Duh. I got to show you how to set it up. So hold on. Let's show you how to set this up. Duh, Shakia, you got to show the people all of it. All right, so we're going to go back to the screen. So here's where your line colors come into play and why it's so important and how we set them up, okay? We're going to go to send. Send allows you to set up, to cut it in simple, and that is your either cut, no cut, or cut edge, but they all will cut at the same setting. You can do it based off of your fill color. And in this, there's just no color and pattern. because I didn't do anything, we wanted it white, so it didn't, put color on it. And if you have Designer Edition or above, you can do it in layers. I could have set them up on different layers. But for this one, we're going to use line colors, right? So you can see there's a no color, there's a purple, and then there is a red. So I want this to cut the purple. I want that to basically be a kiss cut. Do not worry about what I have there because it says cardstock plain. You are not going by that. I do not use any of silhouette settings. I've been doing this for so long. I kind of know settings. I do test cuts and stuff like that. I don't use any of their settings. I really don't care what that says because at the top, that doesn't matter to me. The only thing that matters to me is, I'm going to go down to cardstock adhesive and make my settings, but that's going to tell me, like, that's how I separate what's purple and what's red. But I don't care about the name because I'm going to just manually set my settings anyway. Now, you can technically change your blade if you have an auto blade. If you give it 2 different blade settings, it will automatically adjust to those blade settings. So that can be an advantage of having an auto blade, but I don't use it. So for this one, I end up kind of having settings where if it was just stickers by itself, I probably would not have my blade up this high. But because I also need to cut through it for a die cut, I do have my blade set kind of high. But because my blade is set to 7, my force is going to be a lot lower and my speed is going to be faster because I don't want it to dig into it and give me 2 full-on cuts all the way through. So here I have it set at a 7. My force is a 7. My speed, I'm actually going to take that up to an 8 because it actually cut a little bit. I actually want to take my force down to a 6 because I have that blade up so high. So that is what my purple is going to set at. Now, if I really wanted to be able to go in there, because I use a ratchet blade and change it, not sure if you guys know, but you can add a pause. So you add a pause and it will cut all of the purple and then it will pause and give you an opportunity to go change that blade and then you'll just hit resume cut. So it'll stop and then at the bottom you'll see resume. So I could have done it that way, but I don't want to go in and change my blade. I just want it to go and cut. So I'm not going to worry about the pause. I'm going to remove my pause. And then for my red, I just choose one of the drop downs here. And when I do that, I just have to make sure that it's here and I'm going to change this setting. So I want this to cut all the way through. So I'm leaving it at a 7. I took my force up to 23 and I'm cutting it at a 4 so that it can kind of dig in a little bit more. So these are the settings I'm going to use for this. So now we're just going to go ahead and hit send. Let me send you guys back to the machine. So we're going to go send. It's going to read that first mark, read that second mark. And as you can see, no color printed around it. Line colors do not print unless it has weight. So it's going to go around and do that first cut. It's not going to cut it very deep. It's going to be a kiss cut. Kiss cut means it doesn't cut through the back end. So it's going to do all of them like that. And then it's going to do the outline. And that's going to be a full cut through. It's going to be a die cut for that one. Well, while that's cutting, we're going to go and set up the next one. All right, this mat is sticky, so I don't have to worry about the tape. All right, I kind of want you guys to see it stop and go back around before I take you back over to the next cut. Because you'll see me go through them again and setting everything up. Oh, well, you guys can't see. Hold on. So it cut everything. It cut the die cuts on me, the contour cuts, like just the kiss cuts. I'm sorry if I want to say kiss cuts. Now it's going through and it's going to cut all the way through it for it to be a die cut. Now, while I'm over here, let me check my blade. It's actually at an 8. That might be a bit much. So we're going to take that down to the 7 and put that back in. All right, so I had to set that up to 7. Sorry, my hair is all in y'all way, but that's cutting out. Now, we'll see that after. We'll see the rest of that afterwards. So we're going to come back over here, and I'm going to share with you guys the settings. All right, so we're going to come back over here. This is that second print, the one we just did. So I'm going to go back to send. So right now, I'm going to go 01. I'm going to come down here to my machine. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to change it to my Cameo 4. So you have to change it and let it know which machine you want it to go to. So it's going to connect to that one, searching, trying to reconnect. Sometimes it takes forever. This is one of the things I don't like about the 4 with the whole Bluetooth. Most times I have my 4 directly plugged in because I might have time for this for me to wait. I can't do any changes. I cannot even do the settings until it actually finds it and connects. And it's right behind my computer. So I don't understand what's taking so long. All right, boom. There we go. It is ready to go. So at some point, oh, it's on tool. There we go. So now tool 1 pops up. We're going to go to line. And we have a lot of different lines here. So remember, I had set that red. I don't want my red to cut. So we're going to turn that off. I want my blue and my purple to cut this time. So if the red was on, it would cut like that one that we did the offsets on. It would end up cutting 3 times. So we're just going to turn off our red. Okay. Like I said, I don't really care about the setting that's there. I don't use any of their presets. I just use it to identify my settings. So my blue is going to be my internal. On this one, it says cardstock adhesive back. All right, cool. I'm still going to make that where it is 7, but my force is going to come all the way down to, well, let me make sure that this cut through because I did change it from 6 to 7. I do need to make sure that this actually cut. Hold on. Okay, perfect. All right, so I am going to change that to 6. Okay. And then my speed, I want that to go much faster so that it doesn't cut all deep and stuff like that. So we're going to do the 4 cuts a little bit differently. So I'm going to put that at like an 8, maybe even a 9. I just need it to I need to kiss cut, but I have a really long blade. So I want it to go fast. So we're going to leave that there. So now when I go to the purple one, I don't want to leave it on the same setting because I need that to be a different setting. I'm going to pick anything in here. I don't really care what it is. I just need it to be a different name. And here we're going to go back to 7 because I'm not using an auto blade. Again, if you were using an auto blade, if you wanted it to be the true one that you would need for kiss cut, like a blade of 3 or 4, a force of 11, speed of, 5, 6, 7, whatever, you can do that with the auto blade, but I'm using a ratchet blade. I don't want to have to go over there and change it. So I adjust my settings. I teach in my first cuts how blade depth and speed and force work together. So you would never typically set your blade at a 7 to do a kiss cut, like for vinyl and things like that. I can still do that here because I adjusted the other settings, if that makes sense. So right now, glitter gave me, it was like, 6? It's saying force 33. Definitely don't need it to be that high. So I'm going to bring that back. Now, I'm not going to use 23 like I did on the 2 because the 4 cuts differently. So I am going to take that up a little bit. I'm going to probably go to like 24, 25. My speed, I'm going to do it at kind of the same thing. So like a 6. I don't need 2 passes. I only need 1 pass. Just want to make sure my check, I'm all good in the neighborhood when it comes to where these settings are. Okay. And then let's say 20, I don't want to do 25, 24. Hopefully it still cuts through, but it is a lot different. The 4 cuts way different than the 2. So that's all set. And now I'm just going to load it and let it cut. So let me get this loaded in first, and then, I will flip the camera on. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and have this send. So you can see it moves a lot differently. It's a lot more aggressive. So it just moves differently than the other one. So the settings are also not the same. So that's just going to cut. I don't think y'all want to see that. That's like watching paint dry. Let's go ahead and unload this one. And you see the difference in the sound? Well, you guys probably can't tell on YouTube and Facebook because my microphone is so far away. But on TikTok, y'all should be able to tell the difference in those two sounds. This is loud. I felt like I had to get louder to talk over this thing. One of the reasons why I'm not a big fan of the Ford. It's just loud for no reason. All right. Let me flip y'all. I got a whole jar in my hand, so I'm going to be doing this with one hand. It's a little bit harder. Now, if this was a regular cut, you can still have easy peel. Hold on. You can still have easy peel by removing the negative, but with this, these are die cuts. I probably should have up the settings a little bit more on this one. Some of the areas didn't fully cut out like I would have wanted them to. Yeah, like down here, it got kind of weird with cutting it out. Didn't cut all the way through, like fully. It's cut through, but I have to still kind of peel it off. Same thing. All right. Put y'all on this bottle real quick. On my Tabitha Brown bottle, water bottle. All right. So this, it doesn't matter if you scratch this part because you're just trying to get that off. So don't worry about that. I mean, technically you can leave it there. Like you really can leave it there and then just bend it back and it's going to come off. There's some little intricate pieces on here. So it will come off. And you don't really have to worry about taking the outline off. But now let's say you don't want, and you want to give it to your customers without the outline on it, you can do that as well, right? So I don't have my weeding tool. I'm just going to take my X-Acto. Oh, thank God I can stop yelling now. I can take my, oh, there, it's still cutting. Take a weeding tool and take my X-Acto knife, and I'm going to peel off the outside. I'm going to do that on all of these. Should probably go find my weeding tool. Where is my weeding tool? Ah, here it is. That the lovely Danny purchased for me. I actually need to I need to buy some more of the replacement. I need to get some more of the replacement cartridges. Wait, you know, my phone's about to go dead on y'all on TikTok, so I gotta hurry up. Oh, I poked myself. All All right, now come on up now. Right. So now that that is no longer around it, you just same concept. Even if it was there, you just are able to put it here, and it's an easy peel. You don't have to worry about trying to get your nails like up under there and stuff like that. So that's what an easy peel is. All right. So yeah, kiss cut and then die cut, correct. All right, let's go grab. Let's see, did it cut all the way through? See, yeah. So as low as those settings were on my 4, I had to adjust it even more because on my 4, even the kiss cut part, it cut all the way through. So this is why I said no set. I can't tell you settings because sometimes it is going to depend on your machine. And the 4 cuts differently than how I would set it for the 2. So it actually cut, this is the actual one, it cut that, so there's like a double cut. So it didn't give me the whole kiss cut and die cut. So but this is, oh, my phone went dead on TikTok. All right, so it's just you and I now. So the difference with this one, which is, I feel like it's always happy accidents because now I can show you the difference in like what's the benefit of the easy peel. So depending on, who's doing it, when it's right up to the edge, it is harder to separate the two. And you kind of have to really, pull it back to separate it. But now, it does come off and it's just a regular die cut. So now trying to get the two separated. It's not hard, but it is it's a slightly easier pull with the other one. So this is the regular one. And then your easy peel, you just pull this tab back and it comes off. Oh, this cut. Oh, I just cut this whole thing when I put it too fast. So I'm actually going to do this one from this way. And it didn't split. Stickers will split easily. Vinyl will not. So there's a big difference. Even though that thing, I think it says vinyl, this is not vinyl. This is sticker paper. Don't be fooled by that. Vinyl is totally different in how it's made. But that's that. Good to know because I have had that issue. That's why I got an Epsom for my pigment ink. Yep. Let's see. Thank you so very much. Oh my God, Miss Dawn, where it there? Thank you for the super sticker to support my frappe habit. I just might go and get one when I leave the office. So thank you for keeping me up all night because actually I have work to do. So I'm actually probably going to go get one when I leave the office tonight. Thank you so much, love. Appreciate it. This was great. Got to play around with the settings with my portrait. That's one of the things I do wish. Like I did have a portrait. I want all because they have 3 now. I'm kind of mad I didn't get one back in the day. I'm going to probably look on some marketplace. I do want to have all the Cameo machines. I do plan to purchase a portrait. That way I can do more like actual videos for the portrait as well. So the elephants are from Creative Fabrica. So if you don't have that membership, click on the link in my bio to go to the link tree, and then you can use my link. I do receive a small commission by you guys going through my link to sign up for their membership. Right now, they do have it where it's $3.99 per month, but you basically pay for it for the year, and you get a 1-year access when you pay that $3.99 times 12 for the whole year. So it all depends on what it is. So like for my eco solvent printer, I use, and like for like, decals like that, I use my Roland, and that is vinyl. I've sold stickers like this. This is something that is great for people who do planners. So a lot of the planners use a paper that's similar to this. Of course, they buy it where it's not in that small pack. They'll get like maybe the ones with Uline. So this is what a lot of planner sticker makers use, or just people who want stickers. Like I can give these to Zani. I was trying to find the dinosaur one so I can give it to Zani Mani. He likes stickers, so you can use that. So there's really you can sell either of them. Did I see your printer question? No. It was probably while I was teaching. So no, I didn't see the printer question. I had some matte paper. I used laminate, came out nice, but more steps. You can do that as well. Thank you, my love. All right. Oh, so here it is. Are you using pigment? Yeah, so I use an Epson 7720. That is a pigment ink printer with your eco tanks. And that's how I was going to explain that. So with the eco tanks, they use a dye-based ink, which means it can run once it gets wet. These will never run. Like if they get wet, it's the color will stay. Do I have a bottle of water? Hell, I'll just use this. This is Windex. It will not run if it gets wet. That is the benefit of pigment inks. Dye inks offer you a wider color gamut. You can easily get magenta, like those brighter colors, those neon colors with dye ink. You can't really accomplish that with sublimation ink or pigment ink. But this is what I like pigment ink for, is for the waterproof factor. Some people have put our pigment ink in an EcoTank printer, but because it's not made for that, your colors can come out differently by putting pigment ink in an EcoTank printer that's made for dye inks. The EcoTank printer that's made for pigment inks is the 16600 and 16650. They are $1,100 and $1,200 or $13, something like that. So they are pretty pricey, but they're super tank printers. And they're all in ones. They're basically the workforce. They're the EcoTank version of the workforce printer. But they're pretty pricey because it comes with it. You can use up Epson's ink. If you're going to get bottles of pigment ink with that one, use it up. Even with that one, some people want to purchase our ink because they want to support us, but I'll tell you, it's made for the pigment ink. We sell a third-party sublimation ink because Epson does not sell that. But with that 16600, 16650, you can use it. The only difference is, especially if you have the workforce printer, one of the major differences is the black ink. Epson's black ink smears, ours does not. So you may want to switch out the black ink for ours, if anything, but you can use our ink in those printers. Yeah, see, it doesn't smear at all. That's why I love pigment ink. All right. Well, if there are no other questions, thank you guys so very much for joining me this evening. Please don't forget. Just go check out the website. Even if you don't buy anything tonight, go look and see what all we have to offer on the website. Go check out our website, shop.hsink365.com. I'm telling you, it is well worth just a small peek over at the site. Our sublimation ink, sublimation paper is absolutely incredible. Like I said, you can sublimate as low as 365 degrees, as fast as 30 seconds. Because it can sub at such a low temp, it's great for beginners where you don't have to worry about constantly switching. Oh, well, is the heat going to be too high for this substrate? Do I need to take it down because this is like, in some of those like the some of the bags and stuff that it can kind of melt, or some of like the wallets and those like interchangeable like fanny packs. You don't have to worry about adjusting it. Once you find that sweet spot, if 365 doesn't work for your heat press, you may go up no higher than like 370, 375, or you just may have to press it a little bit longer than 30 seconds, maybe like 35, 40 seconds. But once you find your sweet spot, it works for pretty much everything because it's already working at a low temperature. So it is, if you have things where you need a low temp, high release paper because you're pressing two substrates that require a lower temp, our paper is absolutely incredible for that. So go on there, check it out. We do have sample packs available if you want to try it out. We should have it available pretty soon where you can order a sample print. That way you can experience our ink and our paper and see how that's going to work out for you, to see if you know, once you run out of your ink, if you want to switch over to it, or if you are new to it and you have not chosen an ink for your printer, this is a great ink to select. If you want to order those sample prints, you can always email us if it's not up on the website. And that way, you know, before you go out and purchase ink, we do allow you to, that's the only way you can sample our ink is we send you sample prints for you to press to different items. Okay. But definitely check it out. Like I said, we do still have the ink cartridges for the 7710, which is the 252s. These can be reset. We also sell the chip resetter. So if you are already using the older workforce and you have those cartridges and you're tired of it stopping in the middle of a print, all you need is a chip resetter. So we sell those for $18 on the website. So check that out as well. You can find them under Essentials or just when you click on here. And then, of course, it works for all EcoTank printers. And then we have the 812 cartridges and the chips for which will be back in stock sometime tomorrow because they just came in today. Then check out our classes. Our creative business program, Photoshop Essentials, and Foundations of Designing are live and active right now. We have another t-shirt business roadmap scheduled for March, and we have another first cut scheduled for March. And there's actually going to be an extended one where we're really going to go through some things like vinyl, certain days for vinyl, HTV, but that's something a little bit separate. But definitely, you know, sign up for our mailing list. When it pops up, sign up to get notifications on our academy classes. And yeah, I will see you guys. Tomorrow is Wednesday, so I will be live, at around 11 o'clock because we have Photoshop Essentials tomorrow at 1 p.m. So I will be doing our weekly Q&A on tomorrow at 11 a.m. So if you have questions, that's a great time to get those questions in. And I will see you guys in the Photoshop class if you sign up for that. And you can still sign up for the Photoshop class. And then Foundations of Designing, we do meet this Thursday for Foundations of Designing. All right. I'm super proud of you guys with doing your homework from the last session. We sell them both ways. So you can get the chips. So here you have a full set where it's all 4 colors, or you can buy the chips individually if you need them individually. Like I said, it will be, if you click notify me when available, as soon as we input the stock, you're going to get an email that says they are available. She says, really get HS pigment ink, especially the black. Yeah, because the Epson one smears. All right. Well, let's switch this over back to here. Let me lift this up so you guys can actually see my face. There we go. So until next time, guys, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity, be incredible. Make sure that you share this out. Remember, I haven't done it lately, but a lot of these videos are going to go away if you're watching this over on Facebook. After 24 hours, the videos are removed from Facebook, and you have to come over to the YouTube channel to watch the playback. All right, y'all. Until next time. Peace.